To cure cancer, I injected bat genes into my spinal cord. Fearing something might go wrong during the experiment, I had my assistant strap me to the lab bed, but an accident still happened. A mercenary suddenly stormed in, distracting my female assistant. When she looked back at the lab, I had mysteriously vanished. The assistant rushed into the lab and found me hanging upside down from the ceiling, with terrifying fangs sticking out of my mouth and letting out chilling, hissing roars. The mercenary froze in shock when he saw this and instantly opened fire on me. I immediately leapt onto the mercenary. Seeing this, the female assistant quickly slammed the steel door shut. She pounded on the glass, trying to wake me. At that moment, through the glass, it was obvious I had lost my sanity. I was tearing apart everything around me and cracking the bulletproof glass with my strikes. Just then, the mercenary's teammates suddenly arrived and aimed their weapons at me. The female assistant tried to stop them, but was shoved down and knocked unconscious. Seeing her hurt, I completely lost control, smashed through the bulletproof glass, and rushed out. Seeing my crazed state, the remaining mercenaries quickly sealed the steel door. But after coming into contact with blood, the primal urges inside me awakened even more. Looking at the female assistant lying on the floor, I furiously pounded on the steel door. Soon the other mercenaries became nothing more than prey for slaughter. They couldn't even see where I was before I killed them. When I finally came to my senses, I was stunned to realize my once frail body was gone. Now I was completely filled with strength, and my legs were as agile as anyone's. I returned to the lab in confusion, but seeing corpses everywhere, I couldn't recall what had just happened. I checked the surveillance for answers. When I saw the footage on the screen, I couldn't believe it. I had turned into a bloodthirsty monster. A wave of nausea hit me hard, and I started vomiting uncontrollably. I knew I couldn't stay here any longer, so I erased all the footage, grabbed the remaining serum, and jumped into the sea to escape. To clear myself of suspicion, I had to wipe out all the research data. But as soon as I re-entered the lab, my legs began to go numb again, and my body uncontrollably craved blood. It was clear this experiment was flawed, fatally flawed. I forced myself through the weakness and opened the freezer. Inside were different blood samples for daily experiments. When I got to the human blood, I hesitated. I didn't want to become a monster driven by desire again. So I grabbed the artificial blue blood and drank it. It managed to hold back the hunting hunger inside me. Once I calmed down, I ran a series of tests and records on my body. I discovered that after injecting bat genes, my body had gained incredible power in both speed and strength. My eyes mutated into bat eyes, and I faintly mastered their unique super echolocation. At that moment, I seemed to form a strange bond with bats. These dark, usually vicious creatures showed an unusual loyalty to me, treating me like a king and obeying my commands. I quickly got the hang of my new abilities and enjoyed every bit of it, but the cost of having these powers was that I had to constantly drink blood. Like a bat, I knew I was close to losing control. So I locked myself inside the lab to see what would happen if I resisted the urge. The result was my vital signs dropped fast, the pain became unbearable, and bat-like features crept across my face again. This meant that if I didn't refill with fresh blood in time, I would die from weakness.